On the morning of June 30, 1908, something entered the Earth's atmosphere over Siberia and detonated with a force equivalent to 1,000 Hiroshima bombs. It left no crater. For 19 years, no scientist visited the site. At approximately 7:17 a.m. local time, witnesses across an enormous swath of central Siberia reported a column of bluish light moving across the sky, followed by a flash brighter than the sun. A pressure wave knocked people off their feet at distances of 40 miles. Windows shattered at over 400 miles. The Richter scale had not yet been invented, but the seismic waves from the impact were recorded at monitoring stations in Europe and Asia. The explosion flattened over 2,000 square kilometers of forest, 80 million trees thrown outward from the blast point in a radial pattern, like spokes in a wheel, all pointing away from the center. Because the region was so remote, a bog and forest wilderness in the Tunguska River basin, virtually uninhabited, no humans were killed by the direct blast. A herder camped some 40 miles from the epicenter was blown through the air and into a tree. His herd of over 1,000 reindeer was incinerated. The event was noted at the time and then largely forgot. Siberia was vast, the region inaccessible, and Russia in 1908 had more immediate problems. It was not until 1927 that a Soviet mineralogist named Leonid Kulik mounted the first expedition to the site. He expected to find a crater and a meteorite. He found neither, only that enormous field of fallen trees, now partially grown over, stretching to the horizon in every direction. The absence of a crater meant the object had exploded in the atmosphere before impact, an airburst. Scientific consensus today holds that the Tunguska object was a small asteroid or comet, likely between 50 and 80 meters across, that entered the atmosphere at an angle and disintegrated explosively about 5 to 10 kilometers above the ground. The energy released was approximately 10 to 15 megatons of TNT. Because it exploded before hitting the surface, it left no meteorite and no crater, just a silent circle of broken trees in the middle of a wilderness that no one visited for nearly 2 decades. The cosmic near-miss quality of the story is its most haunting dimension. Earth's rotation brings any given point on the surface around every 24 hours. If the Tunguska object had arrived 4 hours and 47 minutes later than it did, the airburst would have occurred over St. Petersburg, a city of 2 million people. If it had arrived over any populated area at all, it would have been the worst natural disaster in recorded history. Instead, it hit a bog in Siberia and flattened a forest. The trees still lie there,